I heard two words in psychology, in personality. So what the name, under that name, the function was organized, personality development. Mind is very resistant to change. In spite of many warnings, in spite of hectic schedule or training, the brain, mind, people are not ready to undergo changes. Like opposition party, they always quarrel with the ruling party. The two words in psychology or personality development are, one is fixed development. What is that? Fixed development. And the second one is growth development. One is fixed development and there is growth development. These are the two conditions of our mind. Those who are fixed development, they don't change. Practically, they don't change. In society, or in schools, colleges, or in their families. The family members are very fed up with his behavior. Probably you may get your life partner also. If your life partner will be a fixed development mentality, every day you need to quarrel. Both. Remember these two words. I like these two words very much. One is fixed development and there is growth development. Why I am telling these two words here? Just 5 minutes back, I introduced one rule number and I told this rule is very, very important. The weightage of this rule in our course is 90%. What is that rule? Always use the subject first in the positive and negative sentence while writing and speaking English. Please check notebook. How many of you started the sentence with yesterday? How many of you have written sentence with, have written or not? Please check how many of you have written yesterday evening at 6 o'clock. Nobody has written. Have you written? Okay, leave. And how many of you have written I and my son? No. Me and my son. I'll answer for both the questions. Some of you have written the sentence. Please take your notebook. Take your notebook and check. Some of you have began the sentence with yesterday evening at 6 o'clock. No? Yes. And second one, me and my son. How many of you have written me and my son? Okay, me and my son. What does it mean, me and my son? Me means what? Me. He called me. Avanu nannanu. Prathama u Dvitiya Anu. That is also wrong. Me and my son. Eh? What is I told the beginning? I told in the pronoun chart, and I told just I will speak in Kannada because of only this. I means Nanu, not Nanu.
Sir, I have written this paper.
Read.
I and my son came from Hubli to Bagalkot yesterday evening at 6 o'clock.
Exactly. This type of sentences are very powerful. So therefore I told, while writing, your brain, your mind does not cooperate. When we have a fixed development attitude, it does not allow to listen carefully. If those who are growth development, so I find some characters like growth development, he is very receptive. So his mind and brain captures all the things. Why it happens? A small error. You know already, I means Nanu, but still you wrote me. Why? Because there are some problems. In English language, a small single letter, a single word counts lot. A small letter, 2-letter words or 1 letter counts lot. There are 2 types of developments. One is healthy development, and another is suppose if you see a plant, so after seeing the plant, you are going to recognize, its growth is good. And suppose if you have a diseased plant and you are saying the growth is not good. This is the unhealthy development. So like that, there are 2 types of developments. One is healthy development and another is unhealthy development. How to identify healthy development? You may have questions, sir, why you are speaking about this one in a spoken English class. I will come. How do you recognize a healthy development person? By seeing his face, tall, fatness. Is it? Many smart people have lack of blood. Suppose if you take blood and check it, their hemoglobin is very low, but he looks very smart. Not the physical phenomena. Have you visited a doctor? What is the first thing they do? Suppose if you go to meet the doctor, I asked this question. The boy asked, so first they take fee, sir. Registration, case file, you pay 150 rupees, they will give you one file, they will ask you to sit. And before entering into the doctor's chamber, what they do? Have you gone with your sister, baby or mother? A baby, suppose if you take a baby and meet the doctor, what they do?
They will check BP and the weight.
Baby. Yes, not BP. First, even elders also. There is his assistant, doctor's assistant, nurse. So they ask you to wait. So why they take the weight? Because in medical science, weight is the first priority, and it is the first thing to recognize, diagnose you are healthy or unhealthy. Based on the weight, the doctors comes to know that you are healthy, though you are smart enough, and he may think based on the weight you are unhealthy. Why I am telling this one? When my son was born, so he had 900 gram weight. Just 2 smartphones, the weight of a premature baby. So he was born in 7 months. His weight was only 900 gram. So after that, I spent more than in last 10 years 30 lakh rupees. That is a different issue. So therefore, in medical science, weight is very, very important factor. There is also one development, unhealthy development. The number of days goes on increasing, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. The weight of the body or the weight of the baby does not improve, just it is parallel. So there the doctor recognizes, he understands the baby is under unhealthy condition. So like that in my class, especially almost all classes, in my class, like how weight is very important, in my class, memory is very important. Memory is very important factor for all the things. What is memory? So it takes under 3 steps. Memory forms in the brain, not in the kidney. Memory forms in the brain. It's not so simple. I studied 5 years. When I started the course, Mind Power Study Techniques. So I have 25 days course, about 30 hours course, how to improve memory. So what Madam, she attended that course in 2006. It takes place in 3 steps. So we call, this is also important for all exams, 3R. We call 3R. The first R is registration. The memory takes place in a first is R1, that is called registration. Our eyes, our ears, they absorb the outer information and it sends to our brain. That is called registration. And after registering the information, the next second step is retention. That something is stored in the brain. And the third step is R3, that is recalling. R1, R2, R3. The registration, the message is stored. If the message is stored, so whenever we require, so we are able to recall the information. So there the memory cycle completes. Though it has 3 steps, it is not so easy. So I told why our training program fails. In training programs or in any classes of 1 hour classes, 98% message what the trainer, the resource person or the lecturer delivers, it does not enter into the brain. 98%. The first failure is first step, registration. That is the result of me and my son. Just 20 minutes ago, so there I introduced the word I means none. So always remember, suppose if you are unable to recall something, think there is a problem in registration. If there is no registration, message is not stored. If there is no storage, there is no recalling. And why it happens? Though you are very attentive in the class, why it happens? There are so many factors. You may have less sleep. Remember, there is a direct correlation between sleep and memory. minimum you need to have 7 to 8 hours sleep. A direct correlation between sleep and that is also quality sleep. A direct correlation between memory and sleep. And if you study whole night, so there is a bond of memory is very weak. You are unable to recall what you read in the night during exams. You are unable to recall 4 or 5 sentences. If the answer is about 20 sentences or 30 sentences, you may able to write 5 or 10 sentences. Why? Because in last 7 to 8 hours, there is a 90-minute cycle, physiological cycle. REM, that is rapid eye movement. Rapid eye movement means just you go and check your roommate. If she or he has a deep sleep, there is a movement of eye. So that is called rapid eye movement. So that lasts about 90 minutes. Soon after completion of rapid eye movement, there is one more session starts, NREM, non-rapid eye movement. So their body sleeps, it has a very sound sleep. There is no movement of the body. In rapid eye movement, there is a dream. It is a dream state. Dreams are very much necessary to improve your memory. And if you disturb these 2 cycles, your behaviors are different, your attitudes are different, and your behavior in the society, in the mass are entirely different. You are very arrogant. What others tells you, what other teaches you, your brain is unable to absorb because you have lost some of important cells from the brain, neurons. So therefore, sleep is utmost important for students. Minimum 7 hours sleep is must. When I came to know about this issue while studying in PUC first year, I read one book which was written by Raj Bhabna in America while working in Intel company. So that book made me to enter into this field. The book name is Mind Power Study Techniques. This is available in our office. Mind Power Study Techniques. So this book changes your brain, this book changes your mind, it changes your behaviors, it changes your attitudes. 1500 rupees. While I was in PUC first year, it was 100 rupees. So therefore, give respect your sleep. 10 or 11, last 10:30. And if you disturb any of these sleep cycles, minimum 4 to 5 rapid and non-rapid movements. Suppose think there is a tomorrow exam, and if you sit up to 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, or even if you get up early in the morning at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock, so there is a disturbance of sleep cycle. So whatever you read, so the information is not accumulated in the brain. Why? Because again there are 2 types of memory. One is short-term memory and there is long-term memory. The life of short-term memory is from 1 second to 24 hours. Within from 1 second to 24 hours, at any time you can forget the information. Unless and until you convert that short-term memory to long-term memory, the message is not stored in the brain. Suppose if I call you, does that number saves in your phone? Unless and until you manually saved it. So like that, long-term memory is only developed by human interference. So that we call revision. If you don't revise, your memory falls with respect of time. Within 24 hours, you forget 75% of your new information. So therefore, I take most important, utmost care, whatever I tell, you must have memory. So for that, in every session, before starting new session, you must revise for 5 minutes. So from tomorrow onwards, you must participate 100%. If you do not participate in next 8 days, I am 100% sure in last farewell days, you will never speak single sentence on the stage. Those who participate actively, you will be recognized by the departments. Yes, you did well. Speaking is nothing but improving your memory. So whatever I am going to teach here, you can also apply for your study purpose. So therefore, there are no techniques to improve your efficiency, mental factor, intelligence. There is only one powerful technique, that is revision. So therefore, revision is called mother of memory. So therefore, a primary school children's miss, LKG miss, UKG miss, she insists the baby to write 5 times, 6 times, 10 times. While practicing 5 times, 6 times, 10 times, the brain undergoes certain changes, physiological changes. Like that, it starts forming the letters. Because I teach languages, I framed 4 courses to teach Kannada. For English medium students, I teach Kannada. So they do not have any idea about Kannada letters. So there I use this technique. So daily I teach only 4 letters. And the next day they have to write with their memory, whatever I taught previously. So my name was appeared 3 years ago on November 1st because I taught Kannada in 7 days. The manager who came from Ranchi, he was working in Kaladgi as an assistant manager. Literally he had no idea about a single letter Kannada. He learned, and instead of he learned, I taught him. Yesterday only, by using that special technique,